Chip Lindsey, questions?
All right.
Talk about your guys' performance Saturday night.
Yeah, I was excited to see us, continue to play well. We took care of the ball, which is always good. I think that's going to give you a chance to win. No turnovers. I think that's been like I said last week, it's been a point of emphasis for us. So it was good not to have any turnovers. It was good to get back to running the ball well. I was excited to see that. Our offensive line did, I thought, an excellent job Saturday night of really getting hats on everybody. Our running backs are continuing to run hard and protect the ball, and when you can run it, it just really opens up your whole game plan, from drop back to a quick game to play action. So, excited about seeing us getting back to run the ball.
Coach, no doubt Nick Mullins is playing extremely well right now.
Right.
First time this year we got to see a little bit of Tyler Matthews late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have such a capable guy ready to step in?
Yeah, it is. It's important. Tyler got in, and that was good to see him get his feet wet, kind of. And it's like you said. You're only as good as your two guys. You got to have two guys that can play, and we feel confident Tyler can go in and play, if needed. And thought he did a good job handling everything Saturday.
To that end, having a guy like Justice Hayes come in fresh at the end of the game and put it away.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, and Justice would have played more up at Nebraska, and he was kind of had a little heel problem or something, so wasn't feeling great. So he was feeling a lot better this week. Our plan was to get him some reps early in the game. I think he got a series or two early, but then at the end he really finished. And you're right, he was fresh, and I think you saw that. Again, our offensive line did a nice job, and Justice ran the ball well.
Last year we saw the onside kick twice in the first quarter against Marshall, and now we've seen it again against Mississippi State and Nebraska. Is this year's version of Marshall another team where you're going to want the ball as much as possible?
Yeah, we want the ball, every time we can get it. I don't know that this year is always the same as the previous year, but I think our mantra, we want to be aggressive, and we want to do what we can do to give ourselves the best chance to win. Some weeks it's that's the game plan, and some weeks it's not. But I think we're gonna play how we try to play, which is aggressive and try to be physical.
Defensively, what is Marshall? What challenges do they?
I tell you what, they're very athletic. They are. I know they're ranked really high in the conference in defense. They're very physical. Their secondary are long, athletic guys who try to really play physical out there on your wideouts. So I think that's always something that our guys have got to be ready for. Different style, of defense from a standpoint schematically. So I think we're going to have to do a really nice job of making our guys understand that this is a different style of defense and a different animal, so to speak. I think their linebackers are really good players. They're very active, do a good job tackling. Their DN, they got one DN that's really disruptive. We got to do a good job, know where he's at all the time. Just typical Marshall team, physical, athletic, and there's a reason they've been pretty good the last few years here in this league. So we got our hands full this week. We got to make sure we have a great week of practice.
Do you think you guys will change anything dramatically offensively to adjust for what they do on defense?
Probably not. No, I don't know if we can change. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, once you build what you are on offense, these guys, they need reps. And anywhere I've ever been, you kind of are who you are. There's always tweaks I think you can make to your offense as the season goes. And a lot of times you're still learning about your team as the season goes. Who's better at this or who's better at that. How we can get those guys in those positions. But I think for the most part, all the teams around the country they are who they are, so to speak.
Whether it's Smith, James Richard, Mike Thomas, Casey Martin, it seems like every game somebody different has stepped up in a big way. Is that something you guys script, or do you have any idea who the breakout guy might be this week?
To some extent, you do try to, hey, we'd like to get the ball to this guy in space, but like so many times, you have a game plan in your mind, and you base it off what you've seen on film and what you can do well, and then you get in the game and they play a little different. They play a different coverage to this formation, or they play a different coverage to a one-back set or a two-back set or whatever it is you're trying to do. So, sometimes it just kind of works out like it does. And then I think you also, when things are going well, if you're running the ball well, then you're going to keep running it, obviously. And So we've got playmakers that we think can make plays in space, and it's always a goal of ours to get it to those guys, as many times as we can in space. But sometimes coverage dictates that you have to go somewhere else with it.
Coach, taking over all the play calling responsibilities on game day
Mm-hmm.
through 5 games, how would you grade Chip Lindsey on his game day management?
Oh, well, you can always do better, I'm excited for our guys. Our guys have done a really good job executing our game plan, and we do a great job as a staff putting our game plan together. Basically I'm just up there reading it from the sheet, so to speak. But it's fun to see our guys, play well at times, and watch some guys develop. Early on we talked about a lot of these young receivers who were kind of thrust into playing a little earlier maybe than we expected, and they've done a really nice job. And so we just got to continue to improve, because each week's a different game and a different set of circumstances, and it's a long season. We're only through 5 games, so we got to make sure we stay focused on improving each week.
Has your life changed a bit because you are now calling the plays?
Not really. No, not at all. Coach Monken gave me a lot of responsibility last year, and my role hasn't changed a whole lot from that perspective, except for on game day. So, and then where I've been and where places I've been before, I always called the plays until I went to Auburn. So that was a couple years off from that. But no, it's fun, it's exciting. But the most fun we have, I think, are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, kind of trying to build the game plan and figure out the best way to move the ball. Some weeks are better than others, and some drives are better than others. You can't live and die on one play. So, but our staff does a great job of helping me on that stuff.
Does sometimes he have an idea to pass along to you?
Oh yeah. He's got ideas to pass along, no doubt. He's Coach Monken's been he's been doing it a long time, very experienced and very smart. I mean, he's really good at seeing things on the field, and we think we have a great relationship on game day as far as working through each other, and we all do. Coach Meadows, our O-line coach, does a really nice job of dissecting what's going on up front. Running back coach John Simon does a good job on things. We all have responsibilities on game day. Coach Wise, the receiver coach, Coach Williams, the tight end coach. Everybody's got their own responsibility, with their position and things in the defense that they're kind of focusing on. And I think we all do a good job communicating, which I think is the key to being good on offense.
A couple of times Nick kept it himself. Saturday, was that you or him?
Well, some of our stuff is read stuff. I mean, yeah, it's him making a decision. So much of our offense and a lot of offenses around the country are the quarterback is the guy, and he's more than just, hey, he's the most talented guy. The guy's got to be able to think post-snap and pre-snap, and Nick does a really good job of that, and made some good decisions in the run game and the pass game. But no, Nick, we design the plays, and some of them are reads and some of them aren't, because sometimes you'll go, hey, why didn't he pull it there or whatever. Well, it may not be that it was a read play. So he did a good job down there, though, Saturday.